Most people give up 5 minutes before life was about to change. They quit because it's taking too long. They quit because results are invisible. They quit because success is quiet in the beginning. Let me tell you something important. Time is not your enemy. Impatience is. We overestimate what we can do in 1 month and underestimate what discipline can do in 5 years. Success doesn't announce itself early. It whispers. It tests your commitment. You don't get rewarded for intentions. You get rewarded for endurance. Anyone can start. Few can stay. And that's the difference. The long game isn't glamorous. No applause. No shortcuts. Just daily effort stacked on daily effort. But here's the promise of life. If you keep showing up, if you keep improving, if you keep planting seeds, time will take your side. This is not a speech about speed. This is a speech about staying power. Because success doesn't come fast. It comes to those who refuse to leave early. Let's begin with a simple truth. Life operates by laws, not preferences, not wishes. Laws. And one of the most powerful laws you'll ever learn is the law of time. Everything worthwhile takes time. Not because life is unfair, but because life is orderly. You don't wake up one morning with wisdom. You don't read one book and become successful. You don't make one good decision and suddenly everything changes. Success is not a lightning strike. It's a sunrise. Slow, predictable, certain if you wait long enough. Here's where frustration begins. We live in a culture of speed, fast food, fast money, fast results. But nature doesn't rush. And yet everything gets done. You can't speed up a season. You can't pull harder on a plant and make it grow faster. The farmer understands this. He prepares the soil. He plants the seed. He waters consistently. And then he waits. Not lazily, not carelessly, but patiently. Because patience is not inactivity. It's intelligent trust in the process. Most people fail not because they don't work. They fail because they don't wait. They plan on Monday and expect a harvest by Friday. And when it doesn't come, they assume something is wrong. But nothing is wrong. Time is simply doing its job. You see, the law of time says this. Every result has an incubation period. Ideas need time to mature. Skills need time to sharpen. Character needs time to form. You don't become valuable instantly. You grow into value. And this is where maturity begins. When you stop asking, why is this taking so long? And start asking, what is this time preparing me for? Because the delay is not denial. The delay is development. Life is building something in you. Before it gives something to you, think about it. If success came too early, it would crush you. If money came before discipline, it would destroy you. If influence came before character, it would expose you. So time steps in as a protector. It says, not yet. You're not ready. And that's not an insult. That's wisdom. The law of time is neutral. It doesn't favor anyone. It treats us all the same. It rewards preparation, and it penalizes neglect. Time will pass anyway. The question is, who are you becoming while it passes? 5 years from now will arrive, whether you prepare or not. And when it does, it will either introduce you to results or to regrets. Most people let time slip by unconsciously. They drift. They react. They hope. But successful people decide how time will shape them. They understand this. Small improvements compounded over time create extraordinary outcomes. 1 extra book a month. 1 better conversation a week. 1 discipline practiced daily. It doesn't look impressive today, but time magnifies everything. Neglect compounds. So does effort. That's why the law of time is so unforgiving. You don't see the consequences immediately. Bad habits whisper. Good habits whisper too. And one day, time raises its voice. Suddenly health is gone, or opportunity appears, or regret shows up uninvited. And people say, how did this happen? It happens slowly, quietly, daily. Here's another truth. You don't get paid for effort. You get paid for results. But results are rented, and rent is due every day. Time doesn't care about your past. It only responds to your present actions. What you do today will introduce itself to you tomorrow. That's why the law of time demands respect. You don't curse it. You don't fight it. You cooperate with it. You start where you are. You plant what you can. You tend it daily, and you trust that time, if partnered with discipline, will eventually produce something remarkable. So if you feel behind right now, don't panic. Ask yourself, am I planting? Am I learning? Am I growing? Because if you are, then time is on your side. Success is not late. It's never early either. It arrives precisely when preparation meets patience. And once you understand the law of time, you stop rushing life and you start building a future that can actually last. Let's talk about where success really begins. Not with a dramatic decision, not with a sudden breakthrough, but with something far less exciting. Small disciplines done daily. This is the part most people want to skip. They're looking for a turning point. Life is looking for consistency. You see, success is not built in moments of inspiration. It's built in moments of routine. The simple things, the ordinary things, the things that don't feel important today. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. And that's the truth. Small disciplines don't shout. They whisper. Reading 10 pages, making one extra call, saving a small amount, showing up on time, keeping your word. None of these will change your life by tonight. But given enough time, they will change everything. Here's the challenge. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. It's easy to read, and it's easy not to read. It's easy to exercise, and it's easy to skip it. It's easy to plan your day, and it's easy to let the day plan you. That's why success feels elusive. Not because it's complicated, but because it's optional. Small disciplines require self-respect. You do them not because they're urgent, but because they're important. Most people live by urgency. Successful people live by priority. They understand something critical. Your daily routine is your future in disguise. What you do every day decides who you become. Not once in a while. Not when you feel motivated. Every day. And motivation is unreliable. Discipline is not. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline shows up. You don't need to feel like doing the right thing. You need to decide to do it anyway. That's maturity. Small disciplines shape your identity. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger. Each time you break it, you become weaker. And it's not the act itself. It's the pattern. You're always becoming something, by design or by default. Here's where most people misunderstand growth. They think effort must feel heavy to count. But growth is often light, so light you barely notice it. One healthy meal won't transform your body. One workout won't change your life. One book won't make you wise. But that's not the point. The point is trajectory. Small disciplines change direction. And direction over time changes destination. A 1-degree shift today becomes a completely different life in 10 years. That's the power of daily discipline. Now let's talk about neglect, because neglect works the same way. Small errors done daily create big problems later. Skipping, learning, avoiding responsibility, wasting time, ignoring your health. Neglect doesn't feel dangerous. It feels comfortable, but comfort is deceptive. Neglect compounds quietly until one day life presents the bill and people say, I didn't know it would turn out like this. Yes, you did. You just didn't feel it at the time. Discipline is doing what's uncomfortable now, so life can be comfortable later. Neglect is doing what's comfortable now, so life can be uncomfortable later. And the difference between the two is a few small choices made daily. Successful people are not extraordinary. They are ordinary people who made an extraordinary commitment to ordinary disciplines. They decided to read when others watched, to practice when others rested, to prepare when others waited. And they didn't do it for a week. They did it for years. That's the part people don't applaud. But here's the reward. Small disciplines give you confidence. Not fake confidence. Earned confidence. The kind that comes from knowing you did what you said you would do. That confidence changes how you speak, how you walk, how you decide. And eventually, opportunities notice. Life tends to say, this person can be trusted with more. So if you're waiting for a big break, start with a small discipline. If you want a better future, design a better day. Don't underestimate the power of one good habit. Repeated long enough, because success doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency. And when you master small disciplines done daily, you don't just change what you do, you change who you are. And that changes everything. One of the greatest tests of success is not talent. It's not opportunity. It's patience. The ability to wait. The discipline to say no now, so you can say yes later. That is delayed gratification. And it is a rare skill. We live in a world trained for immediacy. Instant messages. Instant entertainment. Instant rewards. If it takes too long, we lose interest. But life doesn't reward impatience. It rewards maturity. You see, character is not built in comfort. It's built in restraint. Every time you delay gratification, you strengthen your ability to govern yourself. And self-government is the foundation of all success. Here's the truth most people avoid. If you can't control your impulses, you can't control your future. Money escapes the undisciplined. Time slips through careless hands. Opportunities bypass the unprepared. That's not unfair. That's natural law. Delayed gratification teaches you that feelings don't get the final vote. Decisions do. You don't do what feels good. You do what's right. And there is a difference. Character is doing the right thing, long after the mood has passed. Now let's talk about the price of impatience. Impatience demands payment up front. It says, give me pleasure now. I'll worry about the cost later. And later always arrives. Debt, burnout, broken trust, missed potential. People don't ruin their lives in one decision. They erode them. By choosing short-term comfort over long-term value, delayed gratification reverses that pattern. It asks a better question. What will this cost me tomorrow? Successful people think long. They don't ask, what's easiest right now? They ask, what's best eventually? That perspective alone separates leaders from followers. Here's something important to understand. Delayed gratification is not deprivation. It's investment. You're not denying yourself. You're positioning yourself. You're saying, I trust the future more than the moment. And that trust builds strength. Every time you resist an impulse, you prove to yourself that you are in charge. That builds inner authority. And people with inner authority don't need external validation. They're not swayed by trends. They're not desperate for approval. They're grounded. Now, here's the part most people miss. Delayed gratification doesn't just build success. It builds peace. When you live undisciplined, life becomes reactive. You're always catching up, always fixing, always apologizing. But when you practice restraint, life becomes proactive. You plan, you prepare, you choose, and that reduces chaos. Consider the long view. The person who studies while others party. The person who saves while others spend. The person who practices while others relax. In the moment, they look like they're missing out. In the future, they look like geniuses. The pain of discipline is always less than the pain of regret. And regret is heavy. Regret whispers late at night. It asks hard questions. It reminds you of what you could have become. Delayed gratification prevents regret by building alignment between who you are now and who you want to be later. Here's another truth. Life tests you before it rewards you. It watches how you handle small choices before it hands you big ones. If you can't manage small freedoms, you won't be trusted with large ones. That's why success is selective. It flows toward those who have proven they can wait. People often say, when I make more money, I'll be disciplined. No, discipline comes first. Character comes before reward. Always. You don't get disciplined because you succeed. You succeed because you get disciplined. Delayed gratification is proof that you can think beyond today. And thinking beyond today is the beginning of wisdom. So if you're struggling right now, if it feels like you're sacrificing without reward, take heart. You are not falling behind. You are being built. Every moment of restraint is adding to your capacity. Every disciplined choice is strengthening your foundation. And one day, life will open a door. And when it does, you won't rush through it recklessly. You'll walk through it prepared. Because success doesn't just require opportunity. It requires character. And character is built by those who are willing to wait. Let's face a hard truth about life. Most people quit too early. Not because it's impossible, not because they lack potential, but because the results they hoped for are invisible. They plant the seeds of effort, water them with discipline, and then look for instant fruit. When nothing appears, they panic. They doubt themselves. They walk away. And that's the tragedy. Life does not reveal progress immediately. It often hides it. It tests patience before it delivers reward. Consider the bamboo tree. For 5 years, you water it. You nourish it. You make sure it gets sunlight. And nothing happens. Then, in the 5th year, it grows 90 feet in just 6 weeks. Where was the growth before that? Invisible, quiet, patiently developing beneath the surface. That's how the long game works. Your efforts are not wasted, just because they are unseen. The problem is, most people measure success by immediate feedback, by visible results. But the real measure of progress is faith in the process. Faith doesn't mean blind hope. It means acting consistently, even when the results are invisible. Every day you show up, every day you do what's necessary, even when it feels pointless. You are building momentum. Momentum is invisible at first, but once it arrives, it transforms everything. Let me be clear. This is where most people fail. Not because they are incapable, but because they are impatient. We want recognition. We want applause. We want a visible pat on the back. Life doesn't work like that. Invisible work is the price of visible reward. Discipline, when no one is watching, is the foundation of achievement, and it requires courage. It requires humility. It requires a willingness to keep going. Without immediate validation, you must learn to trust the process. Trust that effort matters, even if no one notices. Trust that consistency compounds, even if results are delayed. Here's another thing you must understand. Invisibility is temporary. Every successful person has passed through it. They felt the frustration. They faced the doubts. They questioned their own path, but they stayed the course. They understood something critical. The work you do in private will eventually produce results in public. And that's how character is revealed. Not in the easy moments. Not when success is obvious. But when persistence meets adversity, adversity comes to test your commitment. Invisible results test your patience. And when you continue anyway, you demonstrate strength few others possess. Think about your daily actions. How many small choices do you make that no one sees? The hours you spend learning, the effort you put into relationships, the habits you refuse to break. They may feel invisible today, but every action plants a seed, and those seeds will grow. Let me give you an example. An author writes for years. Before anyone reads their book, an entrepreneur experiments for months. Before a business takes off, an athlete trains for years. Before they win a championship, they all face the invisible moment. The moment when nothing seemed to work. The moment when quitting felt easiest. And yet, they stayed. And that's the difference. The world measures success by results. Life measures it by consistency. You can't control when recognition arrives. You can't control when opportunity appears. You can control showing up. You can control the effort you give. You can control the quality of your work. That's enough. That's all that matters. Here's the secret. When results are invisible, you are learning, growing, and strengthening your foundation. The struggle is preparation. The quiet is progress. The delay is a teacher. And one day, suddenly, life will reveal the results of all that unseen effort. It will feel like luck. It will feel like timing. But you will know the truth. The truth is, nothing appeared overnight. Nothing came without effort. Nothing succeeded without patience. Staying the course when results are invisible separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Anyone can work hard when they see results. Only the wise, the disciplined, the patient can keep going when it looks like nothing is happening. So if you feel discouraged today, if your efforts seem invisible, do not quit. Your work is not wasted. Your progress is not gone. Your future is being built quietly, invisibly, steadily. Success is patient. It waits for the ones who wait. The long game rewards those who refuse to abandon the field just because the scoreboard hasn't changed. Keep planting, keep watering, keep showing up, because life has a way of revealing the invisible work at exactly the right time. And when it does, you will be ready. You will be worthy. You will be unstoppable. Remember this, the world may not see your efforts now, but one day they will. And the results will be more than you ever imagined. Now we arrive at one of the most powerful truths about success. Persistence compounds. Not in a dramatic, overnight kind of way. Not in a way that makes headlines, but quietly, consistently, relentlessly, over time. Persistence is the engine that turns small actions into monumental results. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. You see, the human mind wants shortcuts. We want immediate results. We want visible progress. We want the world to notice our effort immediately. But life doesn't operate that way. It works like interest in a bank account. The longer you invest wisely, the greater the return. Every small step, every consistent effort, every disciplined choice. They may seem insignificant today, almost invisible, even frustratingly slow. But over months and years, they multiply. They add up. They grow exponentially. Jim Rohn used to say, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Notice the words, few, simple, every day. Nothing complicated, nothing flashy, just consistent action. Persistence is like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first, it's small. It seems powerless. It may even feel pointless. But as it rolls, it gathers more snow, more momentum, more force. And suddenly, what seemed insignificant becomes unstoppable. The problem is, most people quit before the snowball grows. They give up when results are invisible. They underestimate the compounding effect of persistence. This is where mindset makes all the difference. You must understand that every effort, even when unseen, is stacking up for your future. One extra page read today, one extra dollar saved this week, one extra hour of practice this month. They don't seem like much, but over a year, 5 years, 10 years, they can transform your life. The compounding effect works the same way in reverse. Neglect compounds too. Every missed opportunity, every wasted hour, every habit ignored, they accumulate. And one day, you realize you're far behind. Not because of one mistake, but because of countless small ones repeated over time. That's why persistence is not optional. It's essential. Persistence is also a teacher. It teaches patience. It teaches humility. It teaches resilience. Because the path of persistence is rarely smooth. You will face setbacks, obstacles, failures. But each setback is a lesson. Each failure is a stepping stone. Each difficulty strengthens your ability to endure. Persistence is proof that you are learning how to handle life's long game. It's not just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming the kind of person who can achieve. That's why compounding persistence works in two ways. It compounds results. It compounds character. Your habits, your discipline, Your choices, they all grow stronger. Your confidence grows. Your competence grows. Your influence grows. And when opportunity finally appears, you're ready. Not just ready, but capable of taking full advantage. Let me give you an example. A writer sits down to write 500 words a day. At first, it feels slow. The words feel ordinary. No one notices. Months later, hundreds of thousands of words later, they've created a book, then several books, then a career. The snowball has grown. Or consider the investor who saves a little each month. At first, the sum seems negligible, but with interest compounding over years, that small, steady effort turns into financial freedom. Persistence doesn't require talent. It doesn't demand genius. It doesn't even require extraordinary opportunity. It requires continuity. The courage to show up, the discipline to do the work, again and again, no matter what. And here's the beauty of it. Persistence is within your control. Opportunity often is not. Talent sometimes is not. But your choice to persist, that's entirely yours. Life rewards the patient. Life rewards the prepared. Life rewards those who refuse to quit. The compounding effect is invisible at first. It's quiet. It's subtle, and most people leave the game before they see it. But the few who understand this principle and commit to showing up every day, no matter how small the progress, they experience what looks like a miracle to the world. But it's not magic. It's mathematics. It's life. Small, consistent actions repeated over time, compounded by persistence. And that, my friends, is how ordinary people achieve extraordinary success. So don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for recognition. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Do a little more. Push a little further. Persist a little longer. Because the compounding effect of persistence will take care of the rest. In 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, you will look back and marvel at what seemingly small efforts, repeated faithfully, consistently, daily, have produced. You will see the invisible work transformed into visible triumph. And the world will say you were lucky. But you will know the truth. It was persistence. It was patience. It was the long game. The compounding effect of persistence is the quiet force behind every lasting success. And it is available to anyone willing to stay in the game long enough. Remember this. Every day you persist, you are winning. Even if you can't see it yet. Even if no one else can. Time and consistency will do the rest. So here we are, at the end of the journey, but only the beginning of your journey. You've learned something important today. Success is not fast. It's not glamorous. It's not instant. It's a quiet process, a patient process, a process that tests you in ways the world doesn't see. It tests your discipline. It tests your patience. It tests your persistence. But here's the truth. Those who endure, those who show up, those who stay the course, they are the ones life eventually rewards. Remember the law of time. Trust the process. Understand that growth happens in seasons. Respect the power of small disciplines done daily. They may feel insignificant today, but they compound into extraordinary results tomorrow. Embrace delayed gratification. Character is built when the reward is invisible, when no one is watching, when the world seems silent. Stay the course even when results are invisible, because momentum is being built beneath the surface. Your future self is quietly being prepared for opportunities that haven't even arrived yet. And never forget the compounding effect of persistence. Small efforts repeated faithfully are the quiet force behind every lasting success. They grow, they multiply, and eventually they transform your life. The long game doesn't reward the impatient. It doesn't reward the distracted. It rewards the disciplined, the faithful, the relentless. So commit yourself today. Show up when no one else is watching. Do the work when it seems invisible. Persist when it feels hopeless. One day, you'll look back and realize everything you endured, everything you invested quietly, was preparing you for greatness. Success doesn't come overnight. It comes to those who refuse to leave early. It comes to those who understand the long game, and when it comes, you'll know the truth. It was never luck. It was never magic. It was patience, discipline, and persistence all along. Stay in the game. Keep planting. Keep growing. Keep believing. Because life eventually recognizes those who play the long game. And that person is you.